guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be working on my Mazda Miata, and we are going to be focusing on one thing in particular, and that is actually the wheel spacing. Because as you see right now, I did buy the new wheels, which were ET30 and 9-inch wide, but as you clearly can see, that's not enough for my wide body Miata. So we have to do something about that. As you see, I also need to do something about the exhaust. Maybe I need to buy a new rear bumper. I don't know, but I need to fix that. It's not looking good. But I will do that another day. But today, we're going to focus on the wheels. We're going to get these wheels a lot further out. And by doing that, I'm going to use wheel spacers. And I'm going to show you how to install them. And yeah, the ideal thing to do is to, of course, have even wider tires with even more aggressive offsets. But since this is a winter beater, I will not buy like super expensive wheels for it now. I mean, these were like medium expensive wheels, and I really enjoy that it has that wide edge both back and front. I think that's pretty cool. I think this will be a good day. I will also try to wash the car today because I've been driving it in the winter. That's no good. And I mean, it's a winter beater, so of course I will drive it in the winter, but I will also like to try and take care of it. And speaking of taking care of it, well, after Greg had this car out on the Christmas drift video, I actually managed to take with me so much snow that the lip kind of got torn apart, so I had it up with some straps and stuff like that. That's kind of works, but today I'm going to try to mount this so it will sit properly, and so hopefully this will not happen again. But now it is time to get it on the road and mount those spacers. Let's see if it starts. I haven't been driving it for a few days actually, so now let's see how it fires on cold start and try today as well to make it look a little bit better. Okay, so this is the spacers that I got. These are 45 millimeters, that means 4.5 centimeters, and I hope that will do enough. I mean, we can measure here. If I put it on the wheel, I see around, I'm almost above, I see 5, and these are 4.5. So I think if my measurements is correct-ish, I think it will be okay. I mean, the optimal solution is, of course, if it's flush. I do not think it will be flush, but hopefully it will not be that much of a gap right here. I mean, there is so much gap right here, it's no good. Unfortunately, I have kind of stressed around to find some spacers, and I only were able to find 2. So we're going to do the back first, and I will deal with the fronts later. As you see, they're not that bad, so I probably do not need 45 millimeters in the front, but perhaps maybe 25 or something like that. But we're going to begin with the back. First, we are going to remove all of these, take the wheel off, then we're going to mount this on top of that. Use the same OEM ones right there, except for that we're going to take one from the front because that's simply too long. That will stick out of there. If we use too long studs, it will stick out of here, and we can't have any of that. So short studs, and I mean short, this is a 45 millimeter spacer, so you can have a little bit of length but not too long. If you're running like 20 millimeter spacer, you need to be careful about that, not having too long studs. So simply going to use the original studs right there in the holes right there, and then we're going to mount the wheel with this. So quite simple actually. It's not a hard process to do, but yeah, let's begin with this wheel and hopefully it will go by pretty fast. Let's start by loosening them while the car is on the ground. That makes everything a lot easier, and it makes also life a lot easier to have extension like this. because if you have the momentum out here instead of here, you have a lot more force and you do not need to wear yourself out. Woo! I'm wearing myself out. Okay, now that we have already loosened those studs, we can simply just use this. It's not a good idea to use the impact when it's really tight because you can hurt the studs. If those are low quality studs, and they are often low quality like eBay studs on cars like this. I mean, even my Kooky S14 had really cheap eBay aluminum studs, and that they were really bad quality. Okay, off with the wheel. Take the 45mm spacer and put it. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's a lot. And because I assume that stud right there is too long, I will simply just steal one from the front and put this in the front instead. And when I have spacers for the front later, I will deal with that problem. But yeah, that's a chunky boy. Well, I'm excited to see. Now we got the spacer on. There it is, and it's quite wide as you see. So hopefully this will be a lot better. The one thing that is concerning me is there is not like a ring around here, which the wheel can like not relax on. That's but it should be a ring around here, the same as it is on the inside right there. So the wheel could like not get that much, I don't know, tension on the bolts, I guess. But either way, I will try to get the wheel on with the bolts and see how it looks. Hopefully it's a lot better. Really important also to tighten these very much. If you do not do that, big problems, because if those get loose, the whole spacer can get loose and the whole wheel and spacer can fall off while driving, and that could be very dangerous. So be aware, tighten the spacers a lot. Really strange without that ring that I was talking about. I don't want to ruin anything, so do not tighten a lot with this. Simply use this instead and just easy, and do not do it like super fast, just like so. Okay, that's tight. Then we'll take that. Always go diagonal, or like if you take that, then you take that, then that, then that. Do not do like this. That's very bad. Do not do that. You see, this is very loose. Not very loose, but 2 rounds. Woohoo! We are getting somewhere. Well, that looks a lot better. It's not it's not directly flush, but a lot better. Let's lower it and see how it looks. Wow. Damn, it's still a lot to go actually. Look here. I mean, it's still like maybe 2 or 3 centimeters left to go. So this is one wide body. But I think it looks kind of cool. I mean, it looks better. Hard to see on camera, but I mean, if you see here and you compare now with the other side, yeah, it's a lot better. No doubt about that. But still, it could actually be like a 60mm spacer right here. But I mean, I will take it. 45, good enough. And yeah, now let's go to the other side and fix that as well. Now we know everything I need to do, so it will go by quite fast, I think. It is kind of strange to see that the wheelbase is now wider in the back than it is in the front. I mean, if you look at it like this, you see the wheel is like right there, and then it goes in the front. So I hope I have not ruined the handling on this car by doing this. Hopefully not, but I mean, it looks a lot better. I'm happy. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now it's time to fix all of this, because that lip needs to be mounted again. It's not good the way it is right now. I really like that lip. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's fix it up so the car will not look like a total, like, yeah, it's a winter beater, but I don't want it to look like that. That's too much. I have some self-tappers. Maybe we'll just use that, or I will take a bolt and just bolt it through and, yeah, make something happen. But I will take this off and then we'll look at the situation. Yeah, as you clearly can see, this is not good, but it's a lot better than driving home with that. That's not good at all. As you see right there, we have some crusty screws on there from before. So I think I'll actually try to use those and tighten it. I have already done it right there, and that kind of works. So I will do that first, and then I will use some extra for my own that I have as well for extra tightening, and I will perhaps also take a few bolts with nuts on them so they will like properly sit. But this kind of works. So we will try to just utilize the original screws, the screws that were on there before, and then do with this and extra also tightening. I will also use nuts and bolts for extra strength. So hopefully this will survive the whole winter. For safety, I will take a couple more. Oh yeah, with these self-tappers, like we got probably like 10 of them. Now I feel that it's really good. I actually will drill a hole, and I will use like some of these, and I will use one bolt and one nut, and I will do that in the center. So yeah, that will be even more protection, so this will not fall off, because self-tappers is like not the best way to do it. It works, but it's not the best. So let's do it this way, so it will be a little bit better at least. Well, that ain't going nowhere. Now it is time to give this thing a wash, because after I've been driving this in the snow, a lot of salt gets on the car, and that will create a lot of rust. We do not want this car to rust, so we need to give it a good and deep clean. That was a lot better now that we got this out of the way. I don't know, we still play with cars or whatever. Yeah, I don't like that. But now it's much cleaner. I just do really like that. When we get it in the sunlight, or when we get it in the light right now, you do really see this purple roof. And to be honest, I'm not liking it. I do not mean that I like it, but the color is kind of cool. But I still do not think it looks good, because the rest of the car is not in that color. Should I maybe paint the whole car purple? Should I paint the whole car black? I'm maybe thinking about painting it like baby blue. I don't know, or I'll just keep it like this. I don't know. But either way, I'm really happy with today. We got the spacers on in the back, look a lot better. We fixed the lip, we got its first wash actually of the ownership. I am very happy about today. We got a lot of stuff done and I'm really happy about that. So now it is time to go home and edit this video, and I will thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.